Welcome to this channel. My name is Olivia and I'm a mom of a 5-month-old. And today I will be presenting you my ultimate guide on how to dress your baby, specifically for fall/winter, in the hopes to make your and your baby's life easier and more comfortable. And if you like, feel free to make notes. So essentially what wool does, it's self-cleaning. This means the layer of grease will not absorb any dirt and sweat or mild stains, so everything remains on the surface. Plus it has enzymes that break down bacteria, hence there are no odors. What this means for you is that you only have to wash it when it's clearly stained, like I'm showing here. I usually hand wash everything. It's faster and it doesn't need any rough cleaning. So wool, especially merino wool, is soft on the skin, it fits the body, whilst cotton can feel very rough on a baby, especially for a newborn. Here I'm showing you how easy it is to handle wool leggings, for example. Actually, they are 2 sizes too big, but they fit just great. Wool is hypoallergenic, which means that it generally does not cause any allergic reactions, so it's quite beneficial for someone dealing with asthma or allergies. I always like to check if there is an end of season sale at fast fashion brands like H&M or Zara, because it's quite frequently the case that they offer wool undergarments on sale, often also from the last season, so you can definitely save some money. And you know, wool is pretty expensive, so you don't want to spend a lot of money on it. If you can find things like this at an H&M store, those things you will be able to keep for longer periods of time. And actually, if you go up 1 or 2 sizes, you can always roll up the sleeves and make it fit. Sometimes the clothes can look way too big, but trust me, once your baby is wearing it, it will be almost perfect. For example, I have this sleeping bag for my baby and it's way too big for now, but it will last the whole winter, which is important because I don't want to constantly buy new wool stuff. It's expensive in the long run. Another great advice would be to use bibs for your baby, so you don't always have to change their clothes. This is for the moms who like to buy clothes secondhand. So if you're not already familiar, there is an app called Vinted, which is essentially a secondhand store but online, where you can also sell or swap the things you don't want anymore. What's so great about it is that you can buy bundles of baby clothes with the size that you want, and at least in my area there are quite a lot of people selling them. I'm also showing examples of wool items that are way cheaper than the original price. They can be rare to find, but it's definitely possible. Another great app is called Meetup, where you can join events or organize your own and find like-minded people. You can organize your own clothes swap party, for example, which doesn't only sound fun, but it's also a really great money saver, so definitely worth to consider. The next app I want to talk about is Pinterest. We all know Pinterest, obviously. If you are a crafty type of person, you can use it for knitting patterns to make your baby's gloves, socks, or hats. So this is less of a budget type of thing, but still essential to include. Try to support your local manufacturers, because by doing that, they will be able to continue their production and ensure the quality remains high. Before you purchase something, check that the item is mulesing free, which means that the process of removing skin without anesthetic did not take place in order to collect the wool. That's also how you know that it's better quality. Another way to know that it's high quality is if the wool has natural color or slightly altered, of course. This is how you know that no toxic chemicals were being used that could be harmful for your baby. Okay, last thing, this is really important to know. Whenever you decide to size up, make sure it won't be too big, especially the sleeping bag, because the head can get covered. Generally, on colder days, let your baby wear a hat also inside. If you have a newborn, it's even more important that they wear one as much as possible, also during summer. I use this light blue hat made of silk and wool during summer all the time, as it was windy sometimes too, so it's very thin and not too hot, but still contains the warmth. Why is it so important? Because your baby loses most of their body temperature on the head, and if their body is constantly working on retaining heat, it can't put its energy into things like growth and development. I went to IKEA recently and got this wool rug. For the fact that it's wool, it's pretty cheap. And I mainly use it for under the play gym because the floor can sometimes feel very cold. This ensures that the baby will be warm and comfortable. Next, I will show you how I like to layer the clothes. It's pretty self-explanatory from here. If you are ever unsure about the layering, just put on one more extra layer than you have. If you have the feeling that your baby is too warm, then you can always take something off. You can also check their hands, their feet, and the back of their neck if they are cold. You have to look out for these things until they are about 3 years old. By then they can properly communicate and let you know if there's anything they need.